Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Bridget, the SoFlo Flipper, and I'm out in Lake Worth, Florida at a Salvation Army thrift shop. It looks small. I've never been to it. I'm trying it out because our Goodwills here aren't so good. I mean, sometimes I find stuff, don't get me wrong, I hit them up, but they aren't good for videoing because the shelves are pretty empty. Like literally you might have one or two things on a shelf and then the bottom shelf can be completely empty. There's a few shops that are a little bit fuller, but they're, not close to my house. So let's go try this out and see what we can find and flip and make a little money. Here we go. So we walk in the door and stuff's kind of everywhere, but there's some interesting things on this little table. Pick up this wall pocket. Looks kind of interesting. No signature. And awfully large. Like, feeling like I don't want to ship it. Bowl's pretty. Look at the flowers. I didn't realize till later that's a fish with big pink lips. And I end up picking them up like on my way out. So you don't get to see me film it. I spy that blue vase. I'm like, I like it. I gotta go check it out. So here I go. I walked around the brass and glass shelves, slightly distracted by this beautiful silver crest milk glass dishes. So pretty. They're 7 for $35. That's not a bad price, but $70 for the 2-tiered rack. That's pretty hefty. Here's the blue vase. Disappointment upon me. It's modern and not what I had dreamed of. But I faithfully go forward and check out all the glass like a dutiful eBay thrift shopper. I do not give up. The treasures will be found. Pretty stemware, but it's got to be more than pretty. It's got to be amazing. That's a lot of work to ship, so it better be amazing. And I haven't found amazing yet, but I keep looking. On to the purses. Purses were 50% off. So, got to check them all out. Hoping they missed something good. Got to touch them all because, I can kind of decipher the leather from the pleather if I touch it. Not that I wouldn't buy pleather if it was the right bag, but oh, look. Pebbled leather, the real deal, made in Italy. Gotta check it out further. Is it clean inside? Oh, it looks so sweet. Beautiful, like no one's ever used it. And that pebbled leather looks so luscious. Yep, it's $24.99, but $12.50 is for a pebbled leather large bag like that from Italy. That's a deal. There's some money to be made there. And look, this looks very promising. So I end up looking this hat up as I turn the corner here. And because, some of the Ed Hardy stuff is, bread and butter. And that hat was $5.99, which is more than I normally pay for hats. And they were not on sale. But that hat goes for like $40 on eBay. Sometimes a little more, but around 40. So that was a picker-upper. But I'm still checking the bags. If they missed one awesome pebbled leather bag from Italy, maybe there's more. But I'm not finding it. I'm finding sparkles and plastic and some things that maybe should have been discarded before they made it to the thrift shop. But, maybe somebody has a purpose for it. We got lunch bags mixed in here. We got children's backpacks, 20 million year outdated Coach bag. Things that feel like they're from the dime store. Not that those exist anymore, but you know what I'm talking about. But I look and nothing. But wait, that famous, wonderful logo, Harley Davidson, you know it's good when it has that logo on it. That doesn't matter if it's a coffee cup, a pair of suspenders, or a jacket. Doesn't matter. $4.99. Yes, thank you. Mine all day. Put that in my bag before that lady sees my awesome purchase. She doesn't look like she's shopping for Harley Davidson suspenders, though. I had to check out these suspenders. You know, if there's one, there's more. And then I thought, well, maybe there's some Harley Davidson belts in here. So I back up. I look for the really long ones, but there weren't any. So I moved on to these like little square shells. So you have to go round and round. And for me being an inexperienced filmer, for you guys, you're probably about to get dizzy and throw up. And I apologize in advance. So either close your eyes or I don't know what to tell you because until I view what I'm filming, I can't get better. So each time will be better. Okay. That I can promise you guys. So here I am going round and round. I didn't really see anything, kind of brick-bracky stuff, tourist stuff, but nothing of really high value. But I check it out anyway. You never know. Something could be hiding. That's how I always find my treasures. They're hiding somewhere least expected. And here's the medals. And I'm picking up this Stein. Like I ever buy Steins. Do I ever? No, never. Why I'm so fascinated by that one, I have no idea. And if you ever need a shaker, a cocktail shaker, I'm telling you, don't buy one. Go to the thrift shop because they're plentiful. My mom had one of these growing up. I was going to check the price out if it was really cheap, but I was like, nah, I'm not even going to check it. It's already $10. We used to use it to melt butter for our popcorn. At least my sister and I did. I think ours didn't have a lid though, but it was something similar. Baskets, but they were boring baskets. And here were some plates and more plates, but I didn't see anything. However, if you see something that I missed, please put so in the comments because we need to learn. We all need to learn. And I want to know if I'm missing something because I'll tell you what, so many things that I have found is because I have watched other YouTubers and learned about their finds. And I remember them. And when I see them, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a bolo. I remember. And more plates and bowls and plates and bowls. A few casseroles. And of course, the all famous multitude of water bottles and thermoses and coffee travel cups, whatever you want to call them, they're there. And I know there's money in them sometimes, so you just got to kind of see if your eyeball spies one. And looky here, some tennis rackets. They're brand new, and there's a pair that match the ones that I pull. I end up buying them because we have the vacation properties and by the beach, and I have tennis rackets in both houses, but only two. And you know, playing doubles is more fun. And there's a tennis racket right in our little, right 200 feet from our beach house in our little community. And I'm like, it'd be more fun to play doubles. But if I sell them on eBay, the two of them together would sell for about 50. So I'm still undecided. Do I let them have 4 rackets or do I go for the $50? I don't know. Ran it by my husband. He didn't know either. And we're in the clear. Glass. There's some beautiful things, but is there money? I'm not seeing the money. I can't find it. I can't see it, but I'm looking. And I turn around real quick because things are everywhere and I haven't been to the store before. So I'm kind of like, I'm here, I'm there. And the combination of me being new to filming for you and me being new at that store and me being like, there's stuff everywhere I turn, it was total chaos. And here you are with me in the chaos, joining me. Thank you. Thank you for joining me in the chaos. There's some plastic tumblers down here, and I'm always looking for those in Florida by the pool and outside, living. Better to have some plastic options instead of glass. But $3.99 a cup? Oh, no, I do better at Costco buying the package deal. But those Coke cups were kind of cool for $1.99, but there weren't enough of them. And I like having the different colored plastic cups because then you know which cup is yours. You know what I mean? Some cute little red little cups. But this was cute. I looked at it and, oh, it's Gibson. Gibson has some cute stuff, but I never buy the Gibson stuff because it's just kind of modern and, it doesn't really have resale value. And then look, there's tables with stuff on it. And look at this cute little lobster plate. And it says Limoges. And I'm like, I'm thinking about it as I'm spinning the camera around going, that's interesting. But then I stopped, as you can see, as I moved on. I looked it up and I found that it's probably a fake. I didn't know they made fake Limoges. Did you? I found a lady selling it and saying how she had done research. And I was like, you know what? For the exact same item, I didn't want to risk it. So many people have problems with fakes on eBay. I liked those satin glass items, but the candlesticks were priced right, but there was only one, and I was going to keep my eyes open for another, and I did not find one. And of course, I like this Crate and Barrel little vase. I love Crate and Barrel, so it made me happy to see it there, but I left it. And some more milk glass, but it was the grape pattern, which is, not that exciting. Apparently I can't read because I stare at this gravy boat forever. I don't know what I'm expecting it to shoot fireworks or what. And we've got our typical vases and candlesticks. This cute little cookie jar, but it had a chip right in the front, like on the front door. I mean, that's what you would look at if you were looking at that cookie jar. Otherwise, it was in good condition. And look at this beautiful blue platter. I'm such a blue person. And this to me was singing to me. But I was like, well, what do I do with it? It's just pretty and it's glass. And I just want to hold it up to the sunlight and just look at it and go, isn't this beautiful? But that doesn't get me where I want to be. So I left it. Here we got more dishes upon more dishes on racks next to TVs and video games, which are playing children's movies. Next to shoes, which is next to ceramics and statues and wedding gowns. It's so much everywhere and confusion. We got this nice little place setting with some pretty fruit. I had to fill it. I had to touch everything. I liked the tint of the glass, even though those were modern. I liked them. We got plants on trays next to craft carts. And somebody was really loving these teapots. And I decided, well, if they love them that much, then they're probably not priced right. And that's dumb to assume, but that's what I did. And I didn't even check the price. I just rolled on by and looked at more clear glass and more clear glass. And then I thought these were kind of amazing. Those floral, I go back to them. And the stems were painted all the way down, those super long stems to the glasses. And I'm like, that's so pretty. But I looked them up and they weren't worth anything as far as resale value. So we trek along the mishmash furniture and I spy this awesome owl. And I'm like, oh, that's a fireplace thingamajig. I'm sure it has a better name than thingamajig, but I know what it is. I pick it up, but it's hard because I'm carrying my phone. And then I'm picking this up and I'm having to reach over this high white box and it says made in China. It is not the real deal. More disappointment. But I continue on because I'm a faithful shopper. And I look at this little cubicle where they thought those things were gold because they were priced very high compared to the other locations in the store. But everything was like, you know, you had to navigate around and through and between. And looking at the crystal on the shoes, nothing's really catching my eye. All right, guys, that shopping trip ended kind of bluntly because I got a phone call and I had to go. But I did want to show you the haul, and there's definitely some things that you didn't see me pick up. And I'll explain why here in a second. But let's start over here with this beautiful fishbowl. Remember when I first walked in the door and I'm like, it took me a while to see that this was not just like flowers, that it's this awesome fish with the big lips. So this one, I looked it up. I can't remember now what it sells for, but I think it was around $40. So it's really cool now that I really know what it is. But okay, so as I got that phone call, I turned around and there was another shelf and it had all this fused glass. And so I ended up picking up all of it. So there's these different square dishes here, really pretty. And I think those are more modern and they have little feet on them. It's like little platters. But these round ones are more like salad dishes, dessert dishes, whatever. And I think they may be vintage. I have to do further research, but it looks like they're vintage. So there were several of these light blue ones, one of these dark blue. Maybe somebody had bought them. There was a couple of the smaller in the white, which this pattern was more easily found, and that's what makes me think they're vintage. Just one pink bowl, and then this gorgeous pattern here in the blues. So I'm not sure how I'm going to group them to sell them yet, and I got to do a little further research to see if they are vintage. But I love fused glass. So nearby there was a shelf that had some smalls on it, and I was still trying to head out the door, but I did pick up a few things quickly. One of them was this inlaid box with the mother of pearl, and it's lidded, it's taped, but you know the price was right, $2.99. I sell these usually pretty quickly, you know, like $15 to $18. But they do sell, so I already have a history of knowing it's going to sell, especially the pink and the white is really pretty. And then this little lucky cat, you know, the Chinese lucky cats, I don't know. I guess it's a little teeny tiny creamer. I don't know. It struck me. I don't know that it's really profitable, but, and then I think there's a name for these dogs that where the bones show. I tried to look him up because he definitely looks vintage. He definitely looks older. And I can't remember what they call him, but if you know, let me know in the comments because I can't think of it. So those were all like on a shelf. And then as I was checking out, they had a jewelry stand. And this bangle, I thought was gorgeous. So I picked it up for, well, there you go. You can see how much I paid right there, $4.99. But I just love the coloring, so I picked that up. You saw me get the hat, so that was a great pickup. The Harley Davidson suspenders, awesome pickup. I had cruised by the linens, and there was an end cap, and I saw this Jurassic Park dinosaur, which should go for like $18, and I picked him up for $3.99. Probably not a great pickup. Maybe he'll go for more. But on the same end cap, literally while I was on the phone, I found all three of these items. So one of them was this little lady, and she is like a planter. I don't know, I thought she was kind of fun. For the right house, the right person. And then this is a Cheshire cat teapot. I looked this up. It should sell pretty well for like $35. And then this Jim Shore birdhouse, the Noah's Ark, which I got for $6.99. It sells in the 30s also. And usually Jim Shore sells pretty well if you price it right. And then obviously this bag you saw me pick up, which was half off, so $12.50, and that should, I mean, that should be a $45-50 bag with that beautiful pebbled leather, and it's in like new condition. And then this guy, I picked him up just, I was gonna do another plush sale on Whatnot, and I wanted to get some Squishmallows with tags, and I can't remember, I think he was only $1, and he was backed by the dinosaur. So I just threw him in my bag. And that's it, folks. I'm sorry I didn't show you me picking up the glass, but really it was boring because I was just staring at it, just trying to decide. But thank you for joining me today on our kind of crazy tour of the Salvation Army. At least now I know what to expect when we go back. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you saw something that I missed, please let me know in the comments. Let everyone know in the comments so they know what I missed as well. But and of course, if you like content like this and you want to see more of it, please subscribe. And I hope to see you next time. We'll see you soon. Thank you.